Alright, so this is Been There, Done That. This is a compo game by Filstral. Guten Tag, Filstral. Been There, Done That is a humorous little text adventure about a mishap in the tavern, jelly beans, and magic. I'm not going to tell you any more as to not spoil it. There is music and sound, but no graphics to speak of. I still hope you get to enjoy this little fantasy romp. Sadly, the embedded version doesn't seem to work, so please use the HTML5 link at the bottom of the page. And I'm pretty sure it's Twine. Yep, it's Twine, so we just click. Very good. Mouse, move pointer. Left mouse button, interact. Very good. Let's get to it. We'll pull back my music, because there might be music right out of the gate. Full screen that bastard. Been there, done that. Ludum Dare 56 Compo Adventure. Got some version changes, typo fixes, syntax fixes, an audio trigger. The link color to blue. Oh, okay. Fixed and prettified interaction buttons. Oh. Alright, here we go. Darkness. All engulfing darkness. And that headache. You open your eyes and find yourself in a dim, cramped place. You must have passed out. What happened this time? It hurts, but you still try to remember. Nice. Good timing on that. I was like, oh crap. The audio trigger didn't go off. No, it absolutely did. It was just way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Faint memories return of a night at the tavern. It had been a swell night. You were on top of your game. Friends and strangers wrapped up in the stories and jokes you were telling. You got carried away as an elderly man in a robe and pointed floppy hat entered. He looked rather ridiculous. As you were on a roll, naturally, you went for it. Angered the fucking wizard, of course you did. You made a joke at the man's expense. And what a joke that was. A real zinger. And then you remember the faces of your friends as you said it. The expression with that big oh mouth and wide eyes of, oh no they didn't. They were too stunned to laugh. Cute. In a few seconds, they would get it. You also remember the man's expression. He was not amused. He was utterly devoid of humor and muttered something you couldn't understand as he turned away. Joker that you were, you decided to milk the situation for more comedy. Too weak to speak, old man? Or did your dentures come loose? I'm going to regret choosing that voice. Your friends should have exploded in another laughing fit, but they didn't. Maybe your jokes are too good. Your posse was probably too inebriated to get it. Pearls before swine. The man's dentures seemed all right, as he did speak. His suddenly booming voice recanted words in the ancient tongue. Louder and louder, angrier and angrier. You felt like you could handle him. Wait, who's speaking now? Your friend knows all... Okay. Friend voice. That's Her Majesty's Archmage! Your friend who knows all the celebrities suddenly shouted. Timing, Leopold! The air crackled with magic, and striking a pose, the mage shot a ball ball of blue lightning from his hands that engulfed you a second later. You didn't feel like you could handle him anymore. It was too late for a snide retort, as you were being swept up and launched through the roof headfirst. Ouch! That must have been the moment you blacked out. You don't know for how long. You were in no place to recognize, but you're pretty sure that darn mage kidnapped you. You look down on yourself and are relieved for a moment that you haven't been turned into a newt or a bean or something else yet. You should get out before the old sorcerer returns, and he probably has plans for you, hopefully including changing your voice so that you don't have to remember what voice you gave yourself. So let's look around. The room you're in is very small and cold, more like a closet or a storage room. You lean against mostly empty wooden shelves, hewn into the crude blocks of stone that make up the walls. The closet is lit through the cracks of a massive oaken door with cast iron fittings. So we can examine the walls, the shelves, the door, or check our pocket. I'm going to do that. Your pockets are largely empty, save for a handful of colourful jelly beans you never leave the house without. You take them out and behold them on the palm of your hand. The beans I've always had. Wow. You put them back in your pockets. The room you're in is still cold, still small, and more like a closet also. So in your pockets, we know that we have the jelly beans. Do we have, like, stats? An assortment of colours and flavours of a wide and wild variety. You're not feeling hungry. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Door. The door is made of thick wooden planks that are held together by sturdy iron bars. The frame is just as massive, but there are plenty of openings between the aging wood. The lock is as crudely built as the rest of the loose parts rattle... Wait, hang on. The lock is as crudely built as the rest, and loose parts rattle inside as you test it. There we go. You can almost fit your finger in the keyhole, but without a lockpick or similar, that's of no help. Jelly beans? Oh. Key-shaped jelly? It was pretty wild jelly beans. Could you imagine that the answer is the jelly beans? I feel like people would play that and get pissed off immediately. They'd be like, what do you mean it's the jelly beans? Shelves. The boards of the shelves are old and dusty. Empty burlap sacks litter the floor. Bits of fabric from even older burlap sacks underneath. A few crusty old vials. Crusty vials? And shards of broken glass are far in the back. In our pockets are jelly beans still. Can we apply jelly beans to the shelves? Nope. Examine the vials. Ah, okay, now we're getting information on the crust. They look like they held regents at some point, but seemingly haven't been used as containers in ages. There is one, however, with a colourful, dusty substance, just enough to fill half a thimble. Let's apply the jelly beans to it, damn it. Oh, I should have taken it. Should have extracted one of the vials for myself. Can I apply... sparkly powder, okay. It's a strange substance that faintly sparkles in the dim light. Can I apply it to the jelly beans? Don't know what to sprinkle it on. Let's try the pockets. You hold the jelly beans in your hand and with the other, pour the sparkling substance on top of them. An unexpected flash of bright, colourful light fills the small chamber for half a second. I'm getting so excited, I'm rattling the fucking desk. And then the light fades out just as suddenly. It takes your eyes a while to readjust to the gloominess surrounding you while the jelly beans in your hand feel different. They also make little chirping noises. I'm going to look at my hand. Incredible. What once had been an assortment of various flavours and spices had been turned into tiny creatures scuttling about your hand. While they still resemble candy beans for the most part, they now sport googly eyes and 4 stubby little legs. For all intents and purposes. Just realized that the mic is potentially a little too high. I'm going to pull that back just ever so slightly because I'm getting far too excited. For all intents and purposes, they look like a herd of tiny pony with potentially horns on their foreheads on the palm of your hand. But that magic transmutation didn't really help you much. You're still stuck, and you certainly don't want to linger. Oh well. Oh shit! We've got all sorts of things. We've got a plump little pony with 3 buttons, pink bean creature, black bean creature, green bean creature, and a brown bean creature. You're still in the closet with a massive wooden door blocking your path. The room has changed neither in size nor in comfort. The shelves hold no interest for you anymore, but perhaps your tiny new friends might be able to help you out somehow. Let's have a look at this brown creature. This is no jelly bean, but a regular coffee bean. It looks frenetic. I don't know what that means. Frenetic. Fast and energetic in a rather wild and uncontrolled way. That makes sense. What does the square do? Twitchy bean creature. The bean twitches and dashes back and forth, but accepts your attempt to pet it. It strains to contain all the energy that's building up inside its sturdy shell. How did you make that noise? Frenetic? Yeah, frenetic. Did you poke Connie to make that noise? You feel like it might be a bad idea to let it wreak havoc. Alright, green bean creature. The green bean that once had been a jalapeno flavored candy looks angry. The bean doesn't resist you. For good reason. As soon as your skin touches its tiny shell, it turns red and erupts in a burst of heat that sears your fingertip. Ooh. You don't consider it safe. Looks too angry. Black bean creature. This used to be a licorice flavored bean. The bean sniffs cautiously at your finger, but lets you pet it. Its little torso is slick and leaves a dark inky stain on your finger. You don't want to lose it. It's so black you might not be able to find it again. The pink bean creature has the flavor of bubblegum. It still smells like it. You pet the bean that chirps happily, but its stickiness makes it almost impossible to separate your finger from it. You don't want to stick it here. And a plump little pony. Looks like the developer forgot about this one. Debugging pony. You pet it and it feels warm and fuzzy and licks your hand. Mama, it says. It means you. The pony doesn't feel like doing some debugging work here. It should though. Now let's have a look at this door. The door is made of thick wooden planks, held together by sturdy iron bars. The lock is crudely built as the rest of the... Yep. So we need a lock-picking... A lock-picking bean. The twitchy one? Ah. Carefully, you nudge the twitchy creature into the keyhole. The little bean swiftly disappears and you hear its effect instantly. Bouncing around like a pinball, it quickly dismantles the lock that comes apart and falls through the plank. You remove the loose bolt and effortlessly push open the door. The brown bean bounces around. Amarok, hello! The brown bean bounces around the floor and disappears into a mouse hole in the wall. followed by muffled panic squeaks. You're now free. Well, relatively. Onwards. You were on top of a curving set of stone steps, made of the same material as the walls. Overhead, old beams creak in the gusts, and the floor seems to shake slightly with the wind that pours in through an open window. The spiral staircase leads down. So we're at the top of the spiral staircase, and we're quite scared at the moment because this tower seems to be quite rickety and dilapidated. Maybe it's being held together by the wizard's magic, and once he, I don't know, gets a bean up his ass, then it all crumbles. You enter a room that must be the sorcerer's library. There are many shelves with arcane books, dusty volumes in foreign alphabets, Cyrillic even. Stacks of scrolls and parchments are strewn about a small lectern with an old candle sitting on top. Alright. So we've got books. I can render the books useless by using the inky bean creature. I'm not sure if I want to make the wizard angrier. It's not that hard for Phil to just be like, here's a bad ending for you. Why would you apply ink to all the books? It's so mean. So inconsiderate. So I'm not going to do that. Sticky bean creature. You know what? The sticky bean creature is probably going to help me, like, not fall to my death or something. Fiery. Oh, unless it... Wait. Stacks of scrolls and parchments strewn about a small lectern with an old candle sitting on top. I'm not picturing, like, mounds and mounds of it that are, like, blocking a, like, escape path or anything. I feel like I can leave and continue... Yeah, down to who knows where. Like, I don't have to blow up his fucking books to keep looking around here. I could probably look at them a bit more closely though. That's really cool. Fucking, I love when the devs take time to do Foley. Fuck yes. It's just so satisfying. Like, I want that sound effect in a folder for myself. Like, the knowledge collected in these books, in the books, is extensive. There are books on cryptozoology, conjuring, banishing rituals, ordinary rituals, encyclopedias of beasts and demons, protective spells and healing magic, printer driver installation under something called Linux, and tomes upon tomes in languages and alphabets you've never seen before. Debugging pony for the printer. I don't want to fuck up his books. But maybe a bad ending is okay, because I feel like there's a few routes of dialogue that I haven't searched through yet, so I'm not... Now that I think about it, I'm not too afraid of destroying the save and dying. You don't want to stick it here? Fair enough. You don't want to lose it? Yep. And don't want to blow up the books. Very good. That is fair enough. I thought it was going to be like a full-on like inventory system, but this makes sense. Like the inventory system is the tiny creatures. Well done, like sticking to the theme. So we're at the shells. We can take the candle. Ah. It's a stubby candle made out of beeswax with a bristly wick. I was thinking that the other day because we've got a candle for pooping. Oh, hang on. I was trying to think, like, who figured out that if you stick fucking, I don't even know what wick is, but like I assume it's like rope or something. If you stick like hair in wax, like where did they collect the wax from? Did they get it from bees? Were they already farming bees when they figured out how to make candles? And then other people would look at it and they'd be like, what the fuck is this? What did you do? Like, why is that burning for so... It stinks, man! Like, I wonder if there were like several attempts of people throughout history trying to make candles and everyone else was like, fuck off. I'm trying to, like, I don't know when they were invented or whatever. I think the Egyptians had torches, but I don't think they had wax. I mean, they used honey, but did they use the wax? I don't know. Anyway, regardless of that, train Preamble légendaire. Where's my Jerem bucks? I'm back to middle class now. No. I've disabled for the Ludendare section. I've disabled all the channel redeems and stuff because I want to focus on the games as much. I distract myself enough. If you can't tell, I distract myself enough. I don't need to have more distractions on top of that. Can't get access to my... Ah, cool. Very good. Alright, can I use the candle right here, right now? You see no use for an unlit candle here. But at the shelves... Yes, okay, very good. Oh, it's unlit. Whoa. Fire bean on the candle. The candle's wick catches fire instantly as it touches the mean green bean. It is now lit. Perfect. Now let's set everything on fire. Nope. Go to the shelves, set everything on fire. The candle makes the surroundings slightly brighter, but that's about it. Okay. I'm going to backtrack and make sure what I now have doesn't apply to what I was just at. So you were on top of the curving set of stone steps. We've now come out of this library back to the stone spiraling steps that go up. Gonna use the candle here, have a look around. No, all good. We're gonna go back to... Oh, I can't return to the tutorial room. All good. So we'll go back into the library. That's it. That's all we can do here. We need to go down to who knows where. You enter a room that you instantly recognize as an artificer's laboratory. It's filled to the brim with shelves and containers, flasks and satchels, potions and reagents. The cracks in the walls are much more pronounced here than in other parts of the structure, presumably thanks to a couple of explosive mishaps over the years. Gusts of cold wind ruffle your fucking hair. There is a small circular door with a sign over it reading Trinkets Storage. Small circular door. Now, can we use any of the beans or pony here? Nope. Too windy in here. The wick can't retain the flame. Oh, I have to light it every time? Hang on. Let's go back then. So, go back to the library. Go up the stairs. Light the candle again. It's too windy in the tunnel. The library's the only place we can light it so far. Okay. Laboratory. So we're now back in the artificer's realm. And we've used all this. We can do anything with that. However, the circular door. You open the little door, and the room it leads to is pitch black. You swear you hear halflings inside. The light from behind you touches only a small ledge with steps leading up into the musty darkness. A particularly nasty crack in the masonry allows the wind entrance. At least the dark chamber appears relatively calm and undisturbed. How calm and undisturbed? How calm and undisturbed is it? Let's see if we can light the candle. No, it's too... Okay, so we need to come back here with something to seal the crack in order to light the candle to go in there. I was just about to say, if we could already go in there, I wanted to not, so that we could descend further down and find out the rest of the game before we made progress. So that's the trinket storage. And presumably we'd find something in there to escape, perhaps. An acid vial, maybe. Descend further down. The winding staircase. Oh, I see. Sorry. I understand a bit more. I didn't quite understand it first. So we've got the tutorial room where we started at the top. We went down the spiral. We peeped in, saw a library. Then we pulled out, went down the stairs again to the artificer's room. And we've just now pulled out again, gone down to the winding stairways leading into a circular kitchen. which you gingerly enter. No one is there. Clever. Very clever. In the middle of the room, a cauldron is propped up. Clearly the main attraction of an otherwise mediocre, if not humble kitchen. I have played D&D before. That's a mimic. Smack it. The old book, an old book, lies open on the counter. Strewn about are knives and utensils. We've got a lot of stuff to look at here. The tower's circular layout is divided by a straight stone wall with a door. Close to it squats a small dining table with 4 chairs. Many small things. I feel like the wizard potentially has a lot of small visitors. Tiny visitors, even. Alright, let's see what we can do in here with our debugging pony, our sticky bean creature, our inky bean creature, our fiery boy. We can see. Do we see anything else? No. Can we light anything on fire? No. We can, again, descend further down the spiral staircase to find out another room, or we can look at all this shit here. We've got a cauldron, a book, knives, and a door. Let's start with the cauldron. Is that... I'm picturing Phil with a bottle, and it's just like, he's got the water there and is like sucking on it. Is like, wait, is that the noise that is? Hang on. Let me just get water all over my keyboard. It doesn't sound right. No, you know what it is? It's a bong. An unidentifiable broth slowly simmers in the big black cauldron that sits in the center of the room below a sooty chimney. Sooty chimney? Underneath, blue flames of a magical fire flicker. Oh, underneath... Wait. The flames are above it? Underneath, blue flames of a magical fire flicker. Oh, underneath, comma, blue flames of a magical fire flicker. Got it. Surely some alchemical monstrosities float under the foamy surface. You shudder and turn away. No, I want to chuck a pony in there. Nope. You don't consider it safe. It looks too angry. The candle makes the surroundings brighter. An old book? Oh, here we go, puzzle time. I'm not good at these. The recipe book is opened on a page whose ink is too faded to read in most parts. I just had something out of the cauldron. Only the grooves of the quill that once wrote these words remain. But you decipher the following lines that make you shudder in disbelief. Pale, mus, sus, soot, be softened flesh, your blood. Half a slice of now, spout, plenty of semen, mer blood. Me, cauldron for add tea slice, me many nipples, Sutata si an tick click schwick the flesh. That mage is no mere kidnapper but a cannibal. I don't know. That seems like a red herring. That's why you got locked up in the windy closet. To keep you fresh and tasty. The thought alone chills you to your bones. Alright, let's debug this recipe. Ah! Carefully, you place the bean creature on top of the old parchment. The black little bean sniffs around curiously for a few seconds, then finds the grooves of the first faint letter and gleefully follows its trail. You think you can hear it faint. You think you can hear a faint whee noises coming from it as it goes around some especially curvy letters. 5 pale cat mushrooms must be soft and fleshy. 1 bundle of bloodroot stalks crushed. Half sliced nernroot. Beep boop beep 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 beep. Elder Scrolls. Yep, this is Jerem. No one's stealing any of your shit. Don't worry. It's all good. Okay, have a good day. Beep, beep, beep. 2 spoonfuls of night goat milk. Plenty of spring water. Simmer bloodroot stalks and night goat milk. Night goat. I want to see a night goat. What is that? Dude, we had a pet goat when I was a young teenager. I don't remember too much about it. We called it Snowy. I kind of miss that goat. Tastes kind of average. Night goat milk in a cauldron for 3 hours. Add thinly sliced nernroot. So if it's still cooking, add pale cat mushrooms at the end. Simmer until thick and fleshy. So this is just soup. The recipe appears as plain as pike staff. Perhaps it's not spelled out as clearly as you thought, but you can read between the lines. You're that good. That entire cannibalism thing aside, though, it sounds quite tasty. Alright, now, can we... I wonder if petting them still does anything. No. It's all the same, right? Yeah, it chirps happily, but the stickiness makes it almost impossible to separate your finger. Yep. Oh, so once you use the bean, then you don't have to go through the list anymore. Okay. So I've done the book. Now that I understand the cauldron, though, can I not eat it? Perhaps? Nope. I can't do anything more here. Except I can look at the knives and utensils. So much red. The knife, the sickle, the cutting board, the mortar, the pestle, all red. They glisten with a deep, dark, reddish substance slowly turning brown and crusting. So much crust. You don't know what to do. I just created that. You don't want to know, but you kind of do anyway. Can I take the knife? Nope. And then the last thing was the tower circular layout is divided by a straight stone wall with a door. Close to it squats a small dining table. So the other side of the kitchen, these must be the living quarters of the Archmage. The room is a stone-walled chamber, like the others, but a clumsy attempt at wood paneling had been made. He might be a powerful sorcerer, but a skilled interior designer he is not. A curved desk with a chair stands against the wall with a small window. Between it and the bed stands a low shelf with books of more mundane pedigree than what you saw in the library. Let's have a look through this. The shelf is small, but the abundance of paperbacks is impressive. The first one you notice is The Lords of Midnight. You've seen this mundane edition, Beards and Barbers Monthly. A pretty annoying botch, Wars of the Stars. You look at this striking entry, Sow and Reap, a guide for farmers. You've read parts of this glamorous botch, Zocca the Great, a biography. How about this mundane edition, Headroom? Headroom, living lofty in spires and towers. No, let me flip over to the blurb. Oh yeah, so this guy keeps going like in circles around the one room. Oh, that's a pretty cool book. I don't know. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna tuck it into my trousers. I'm gonna read that later. You know what? I think I'm going to go in reverse to what the designers intended for me to go in, the reverse direction, and just keep seeing how small I can get. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Critics loathe this boring tome. Craft of War. You know why they loathe it though? Because Dwarves Workshop should have bought the rights. No, they should have actually like published it, you know, but they gave up on Craft of War. They were like, no, we don't want you making games about our lore. Go make your own shit. It's because of the publishers, man. One of the worst might be this taxing tome. Saber Rider, and the Star Sheriffs. What is that one? I don't get this one. I'm thinking... I mean, Star Sheriffs sound like maybe the plot to Blade Runner. Blade Runner. Harrison Ford is a Star Sheriff. No, I think I'm off there. Take a look at this clumsy book. Wood paneling and other simple projects for passionate amateurs. You've read parts of this taxing book. Hogwash and gibberish. The secret language of the dwarves. Pretty thrilling effort. Power. Monarchy. Tree... Wait. I thought it was like Live, Laugh, Love for a second. It's not. Yet another glamorous stack of pages. Perry Hotter and the Pony of Death. Alright, I think we're done. Door to the kitchen. A much smaller door on the outside wall. An exit possibly. Oh! Okay, so... this might be ground. And... the room we've gone into, the kitchen... if you keep going through it, you get into the bedroom. And the bedroom might also have the exit. There's nothing else here, is there? No, okay. I'm not sure I want to try for the exit yet, but maybe we will. Eagerly you open the unlocked door, expectant of the sweet scent of freedom. But instead it opens into a tiny chamber consisting only of a stone bench with a hole in the middle. Ah, it's the pooper. Your plans of escaping through this particular aperture are foiled as you peer through it. You stare into the abyss that's right next to the tower, but the abyss doesn't stare back. It must be busy elsewhere, gargling on the wizard's shit. Oh man, we could put the explosive beam down there. Darn. Alright, so... the door to the privy. Let's go to... back to the kitchen, back to the stairway down. Well, I don't have anything else. No. The entrance hall. Here we go. Here's the actual foyer. The antechamber. Well, hall might be overly euphemistic. Euphemistic? Euphemistic? As it's not much bigger than the closet you've been in recently. Hang on. Whoa. Does that not mean what I thought it meant? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing. Okay. I thought euphemisms were specifically for things of sexual nature, but no. That's purely self-taught. That's not true. Okay. Hall is overly euphemistic, as it is not much bigger than the closet you've been in recently. You care little for the humble decor, as you want to make it like a tree and get out. There's references everywhere, I love it. But in your way stands the mother of all doors. It's representative of an archmage. A studded black cast iron monstrosity with an equally sturdy looking lock. Alright, but our crunchy brown bean is gone, isn't it? So I've missed something. Oh, no, because I haven't gone to the lock. Upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that this lock plays in another league than the flimsy one in the closet. Or rather, another sport entirely. It's smooth and shiny. It is smooth, sorry. And without any keyhole or other crevice that you could cram an unwilling bean creature into. Instead, the smooth metal shimmers in shifting spectral colours. An enchanted lock that cannot be picked by mechanical means. But surely the mage had learned this on his own at some point. That knowledge must be around here somewhere. Huh. I wouldn't have actually put two and two together, but that is a clever assertion. A clever thing to think of. Like, if the mage learned how to do this, like it's a magic lock, this is his abode, the information to create it could be here. Okay, so now that we have that information, we should go back to his pawn stash, right? So, kitchen. Living quarters. Low shelf with the pawn. Pretty inspiring scribbling. The king is dead. Long live the queen. Huh. Maybe because I've gone through everything. I feel like I've set off a variable now, so if I go back through I'm going to go back to the start and I'm going to comb my way back down. I'm going to do it that way. So, flight of stairs leads up to the laboratory, up to the library, up the stairs, back to... Oh, here we go. You're on top of a curving set of stone steps made out of the same material as the walls. Overhead, old beams creak in the gusts, and the floor seems to shake slightly with wind that pours in through an open window. I never looked at this window before. Curiously, you peek outside and only see clouds for much too long before finally snowy mountains in the distance form a horizon. Okay, I'm assuming the entrance hall is not ground level. It could be, I don't know how long the stairs are. You're looking down from a considerable height of what must be a castle or a tower. Honeybee, good morning. It is good to see you. The wind is strong and cold up here, and even down below it tugs on the sparse vegetation. On the rocky plain, you spot a small robed figure with a basket moving about. Not really close, but also not far away either. Okay. Can I, like, signal to the wizard that I've escaped and I need him to come? No, it's too windy. I can't climb down with the sticky bean. I've still got the debugging pony. Okay. So let's move back down the stairs to the library. Yes, the library has the shelves, and we've probably set off the variable by having come to that amazing conclusion with the magic lock. So let's have a look through the shelves. Yep, there we go. Excellent. Oh, thank you, Honeybee. Since you now know what you were looking for exactly, you disregard most of the books in this well-organized library. There it is. Protective spells and access control. An illustrated handbook. Impatiently, you page through the extensive volume until you happen upon an illustration that looks very similar to what you saw on the main entrance. The article reads: This protective spell has been used by treasurers and homeowners alike for centuries, for its simplicity and robustness. impenetrable by non-magical devices, and resistant against even the magical tampering. This timeless classic will never grow out of style. Each enchantment also produces a matching Thyrologic negator. Now, is this fantasy babble? Real quick. Nope, it's potentially real. Thyroid gland diseases. What? What? No. No. wait. So, Thyrologic negator is something to do with, like, if I tamper with it, will it, I'll just chuck that on silent. Like, make it so I can't have babies anymore? Pictured. In case the spellcaster is unable to perform the disenchantment. Each enchantment also produces matching... okay, so that's... No. This is another way to stop it. A Thyrologic negator, eh? You memorize the illustration as you're certain that the old hoarder keeps it around here somewhere. I could just rip out the page. Don't want to leave step. Oh, okay. Fiery being does light the candle. Very good. So then we need to search everywhere for the... I'm trying to think where we've been. Where he would stash a... There's nothing in the privy. There was the room by the kitchen? No. The laboratory, that's right. Trinket storage. But I need to, like, block up the crack. Because I can't light the candle. Could I don't know, fill it with soup, maybe? I could go down to the kitchen. Go to the cauldron. I don't know, debug the cauldron. Fire bean. No, I can't stick the fire in the soup. Knives and utensils. Maybe I need to start combing again. Trinket storage sounds like exactly where we gotta go. Up to the laboratory. Trinkets. So a draft extinguishes your candle. Yeah, okay. You open the little door, and the room, it leads to is pitch black. The light from behind you touches only a small ledge. Maybe I do go to the lavatory. Hear me out. I'm gonna go down to the kitchen. I'm gonna go into his bedroom. I'm gonna go into his shitter. Can I scoop shit out of the hole? Because I can then plug up the cracks, right? Your plans of escaping through this particular aperture are foiled. Damn it. Is the dev on chat? No. This was part of my backlog. Plus, I don't want, like, walkthrough. I want to think out loud as much as possible. Plus, I normally almost always ignore chat because I don't want the devs to... It helps the devs a lot if they see someone struggle. It helps me learn so much. Every single time I see someone struggle playing one of my games, I'm like, okay. Yeah, that pull, that desire to tell them where to go, telling this person right now isn't going to be anywhere near as valuable as me figuring out how to convey that better, how to get a player to an aha, of course moment, you know, as the developer. I'd rather let them struggle and use that as much as possible for me to then create more joy later. Okay, so we're not scooping up shit. Maybe I shouldn't leave the phone. No. The boys aren't with us at the moment. I'm going to leave it on silent and I'm going to cover it up because it keeps lighting up. Debugging pony. It's a joke. I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to use it at any point. It's not going to be through the joke books. This was the recipe. This was the red herring. We can't take the knife. We can look at it. We have a lit candle, yeah. We haven't needed the candle yet. It must be for the room, right? Because we need to block up the cracks. So go back to the lab. Draft extinguishes your candle. Can I use the sticky bean here? Can I use it in trinket storage? Ah! Of fucking course. You stick the sticky bean in the crack. Carefully, you position your hand with the small candy bean underneath it in the crack in the stonework. That is blasting wind so hard through it that you cannot light a candle. This one bean will just fill up that entire crack in that stonework. The tiny creature struggles against the current and disappears between the cleft stones. For some reason, it feels right at home there. After a second, syrupy goo fills out the rift completely. Yeah, I figured it must, like, for it to make sense, it must, like, excrete a lot of shit, right? A syrupy goo fills the rift completely and hardens in the strong draft that instantly subsides. See, that's the thing. Watching me struggle, and then watching me go, I've caught the sticky bean, right? Like, as much as it would have been very fun to scoop with my hand shit out of the shitter and then smear that across the cracks and have that be the solution, as much as that, yes, that would have been fun, this is much more on the level, I suppose, and makes sense. It makes enough sense, you know? So, and there was an aha moment, and that would be satisfying as the developer to see. So, the syrupy goo fills the rift, and hardens in the strong draft that instantly subsides. At least in this part of the laboratory, the wind has lost some territory. So now, light the candle. The candle's wick catches fire. You open the little door, and the room it leads to is pitch black. The light from behind you touches only a small edge. Thanks to your help, thanks to the help from the candy creature. Actually, you know what? The dev could be here, and we might just not know. I've got a way to track it, but I haven't got it open right now. Yeah, don't worry about it. The entrance is now almost as calm as the dark, lofty chamber it leads to. So we can go into the trinket storage now. With the light of the steadfast candle, you behold a gigantic collection of hundreds, if not thousands, small trinkets, talismans, curios, and other devices of magical properties lining the curved walls. The etching of the thyrologic negator in mind, you scan the packed shelves, looking for that pointy dodecahedron. Miraculously, you spot it as it reflects the flame of your candle in the same spectral colors as the door lock. It's perched on the very top of a shelf, almost out of reach to you. As you strain for it, you lose hold of the candle that disappears into the black depths between the stairs and shelves. No matter, you take your prize and carefully follow the steps down towards the light of the small entrance. So I've got it. Very good. Can I have a look at it? It's a pointy dodecahedron shimmering in pale rainbow colors. Doors hate it. Doors hate it. Fuck. Can I debug it with a pony? No. Can I fire it? Nope. So we got rid of the candle. Can I use it here? Nope. I wanna try it everywhere else in case there's a... before we leave. Take the candle. Oh, I can get another candle? Oh, hey! Alright, so we're at the top. I want to use the negate. I want to look out the window, rub it around. Nope, okay. Back to the library, rub it around. The stairs, rub it around, library. Laboratory. Rub it on everything. Nope. Already used in the trinket storage. Got the kitchen. Put in the soup. Nope. Just sort of wave it around in the kitchen. Smack it against a book. Against a recipe book. Stab it with a knife. Nope. Bring it into his bedroom. Sort of chuck it on his pillow. Rub it up against his pawn. No. Put in the shitter. Nope. I just want to see in case there's like an Easter egg or something. Kitchen. Alright. Entrance hall. The antechamber. Can I use it from a range? Nope. The doors in the room slightly quiver, as if in fear of what the negator might do to them. Here we go. This is it. With something that sounds like a shriek, the lock releases its bolt as you close in with the negator. The lock disengaged you. The lock disengaged. With the lock now disengaged, you throw yourself against the iron doors towards sweet, sweet freedom. But your freedom doesn't last as you bump into the man in the blue robe and that silly hat. He's carrying a basket full of mushrooms, and he is still not amused at seeing you. Oh shit. You don't get to say it. With an exasperated twirl of the mage's slender fingers, your body is paralyzed. Only your eyes are free to move and react very appropriately in utter terror as you begin to float a few inches above the ground. The mage sighs and picks up the negator you dropped and utters an almost inaudible, "For crying out loud." He enters his humble abode with the negator under his arm and your motionless body in tow. Oh no. Oh yes. And it gets worse. What was his voice like? I don't think he had a voice. "Leaving so soon? I thought you might join me for dinner," he mumbles. You don't like the pause before the last word. Not at all. You can't even protest or joke. In no particular hurry, the mage climbs the stairs to the kitchen with you on an invisible tether, where he empties the basket over the cauldron. The mushrooms plummet into the broth. "Now for that last vital ingredient," you hear him mutter. Oh, sorry, it was like... And then you get pulled over the cauldron as well. Help! You want to scream, you want to flail your arms at that cannibalistic wizard, but it's impossible. Your helpless body is violently shaken like a salt pitcher. You hear everything you kept in your pockets drop on the hard floor as the terror of being eaten alive overwhelms you, and you fall into the merciful hands of another unconsciousness. That is becoming a pattern, it seems. Against all odds, you live to open your eyes again. This time it's no stuffy closet that you find yourself in, but propped up on a chair at the small dining table. You're missing your leg! Right across sits the archmage. For the people listening and not watching, I just inserted that. Right across sits the archmage. His intelligent eyes assess you from below white bushy brows. In front of you sits a steaming bowl of delicious-smelling mushroom soup.
Can you guess why you are here?
He asks in a stern voice, as stern as he can muster with a voice like that.
Because you want to eat me.
The mage's expression doesn't change at first.
Then he bursts out laughing.
A booming loud ho-ho-ho that leaves you speechless.
What with my lips dentures?
He beams at you before another fit of laughter shakes the room. You fail to see the humour in whatever this is.
I wanted to talk to you, little Chester, because you seem to know nothing about boundaries. Personal fucking boundaries. He looks at the floor, where still the contents of your pockets are strewn about. You've locked me in a closet, and I don't remember my original voice. For your own safety. You seemed like the crafty, mischievous type, and I didn't want you prying into my affairs while I went out to gather pale craps for the broth. And it seems like I was fucking right.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry, you say?
He leans back and musters you critically.
What exactly are you sorry for, then?
For making a joke at your expense.
Anything else?
I'm sorry for ridiculing you.
Ouch?
I'm sorry for stealing you. I'm sorry for stealing your heart. I'm sorry for stealing from you and scooping up your shit out of the lavatory and smearing it on my naked body in your own shower.
Go on.
Sorry for rummaging through your porn.
Very well, then.
He grumbles.
Now let's eat.
You stare suspiciously at your bowl as the old mage spoons his soup. Is that a little bean-shaped jalapeno between the mushrooms? You hesitate. The mage's fist pounds on the table.
Eat!
You eat. The end. Fuck yeah. That was awesome. Fuck yeah. Let's check on the music again real quick. If I can find it. There it is. My mucus has come back just in time for the ratings. Thank you for playing Been There, Done That. Parody of Been There, Damn This, That, Damn That. This game was made for Ludendare 56 in 48 hours for the theme Tiny Creatures. I know I did heaps in a really short amount of time and sacrificed my entire fucking weekend. And I'm really glad that you get to see that. What I crafted at the end of that. The fact that it murdered. Super thankful that you played till the end. That's 100% okay. And I just want I want more of this. Way more of this. I just want thousands of these to read through and do voices for. This is horrendously fun. These are some statistics. You played 174 turns. You petted the beans 42 times. They love you. You did not see all the books on the wizard's shelf. You succeeded in revealing the recipe in the kitchen. You chose to apologize for all of your misdeeds. You can start over. I think there was another thing too with Twine, like if you refresh the Cation and Twine game, you get like more stuff. I don't know if that's... I don't know what's going on with that though. So let's do the ratings. Been there, done that. We'll bring back chat as well. Bananas, hello. Hello. So I'll put instructions on how to join the queue in a second. So, fun. Was the game fun? Yes, it was. Innovation. Was there so much innovation that the mechanics got in the way of the experience? No. Theme. Was there anything to do with tiny creatures? Yes, there was. Audio. Was there fantastic fucking foley and music that charmed my pants off? Yes, there was. Humor. I normally don't rate in humor. I normally skip it because I feel like I'm not good at rating humor. I think this game made me laugh more than any other game so far in the entire jam. It would be extraordinarily rude if I did not break that rule for that reason. Mood. The game put me in a good mood. And I'm not sure if you'll ever get to see this VOD. Future style. But before I potentially give a future you the dopamine hit of seeing that final five, just a personal note that I try to spread to all the developers that I rate the games of. And try to make sure it's tailored to each person more individually. Holy shit. Thank you for making this. Really, truly. I've been doing game dev since I was roughly 5. Not been doing it good, of course, because but it's something I love. I love taking my games as a kid to my parents and my brother and seeing like their reactions and stuff. The most manically happy I've ever been was the first time I took my game to someone else streaming, and they were having a horrible fucking day, and by the end of my game they were grinning, they were so happy. I was like, I couldn't sit still. I don't know what came over me. It was like I was having a seizure. I was so happy. So this means a lot to me, seeing people make games. I know that you're an incredibly fucking productive person. You're like one of the last people who need talking to about productivity and how you've done a really excellent job of fucking giving up an entire weekend and not just doom scrolling on a phone or whatever, and actually like doing something fantastic, like creating this infinitely this experience that will generate happiness forever. As long as it's hosted on a website somewhere, it can just make people's days better. Like, that's such a fantastic thing. seriously, like, for the amount of fulfillment I get from having the opportunity to push other people up and say, hey, what you did was absolutely fantastic, please do more, chuck this on Steam, keep going, man, you're doing the best you possibly can do with your life because you are making other people's lives better. Like, as much as that makes me happy to say that, it hurts me as well to see people, like, beat themselves up because they couldn't do better. It hurts me so much. So I'm sorry that you felt like you didn't get enough done and that in the past that projects haven't always come out on top, but you, at least for me, you've been an incredibly strong influence. You got me into Lubendare, and my most fulfilling parts my entire fucking life have been from Lubendare, and I have nothing but gratitude for you, and I feel like I just want to see you flourish and continue to do good for people. Though, honestly, you've done so much good already. You've already created such a butterfly effect of happiness. It is insane. Inspired so many people with your fucking... the documentaries you made. It's awesome, man. So, thank you. Thank you very much, Phil.